Hello everyone, this is Luke coming back to you with another video on Upland. In this video, I want to talk to a lot of the new players that are just starting this game and don't know what to do, don't know where to start, don't know how to buy, sell, and trade properties, and just basically don't know where to start, alright? Well, I'm going to explain to you how to get started in this game and the best way of doing it without wasting time and wasting money or UPX, okay? So let me take a sip of my coffee. Let's hop into this, alright? So right now in the game, the only thing you can do objective-wise is buy collections, which I'll hop into that in a second, and buy, sell, and trade property for a profit. Okay, you can also take a loss, but nobody wants to take a loss on any of their properties or anything that they own. Everybody wants to make a profit. Okay, now the future of this game is going to lead into a community-oriented metaverse. When I say metaverse, it's a fictional realm or a fictional world. So we live in the real world. This is going to be a fictional world, okay? So this is going to become a VR community-based metaverse to where people are going to be meeting up, talking. People have their own house, and people will have their own in-game lives, okay? And there'll be a lot of buying, selling, and trading, not just properties, but there'll be buying, selling, and trading NFTs, non-fungible tokens. In other words, you can buy, sell, and trade merchandise, digital cards, anything you can really think of, you will be able to do in this game, but that is in the future. Now, we are in the now, and that is what everybody's wondering. What do I do? All right, I just started. Now, I made a video on how to get around being a visitor by putting no money in the game. If you haven't seen that video, click out of this one and hurry up and watch that, okay? Because I'm not going to answer that question in this video, all right? Let's just assume that you're already an Uplander. You either paid to be an Uplander or you already achieved being an Uplander without paying. You're able to buy, sell, and trade properties now, okay? Now, the best place to do that is Fresno right now, okay? Unless you put 20 bucks in or 100 bucks in or something like that, but you're still probably better off staying in Fresno because Fresno is the hot spot. There's a lot of transactions going on every minute of the day where people are buying and selling properties in Fresno, primarily Clovis right now, but Woodward Park area is a really good hot spot too because it is a collection, all right? Now, what's happened to what a collection is? A collection, if I click the bottom three dots with a circle, brings up my menu icon, and I go to where it says collections, all right? So once it loads up, it'll come up with all my collections, all right? Now, there's three cities. There's Fresno, there's San Francisco, and there's New York City, okay? So right now, this is San Francisco collections. Now, if I click the world on the bottom left-hand side, it'll bring up a tab that gives me three different cities, the ones I just mentioned. Now, say we're in Fresno. I click Fresno, it loads, and it'll come up with all my Fresno collections, okay? Now, the point of collections is to get a better yield, all right? So a lot of people know what CD accounts in your bank is, right? You put $100 in a CD account and you get a certain kind of yield back after a certain amount of time you want to keep it in there for. It stays locked and you get yields from it. Now, this is no different, okay, but it's not locked, okay? You lock your properties in, so I got 3 on Woodward Park property, all right? Edit collection. I got 3 properties, all right, that's locked to it. And I get the yields times this multiplier, which is 1.15, all right? So let me go to my, let me show you how you know what the yields are. So let's say I click this property in mind, and I click the up arrow that says more, and it says boosted earnings on the bottom right box, all right? Now, it says 494.71 is the lowest, and the high, well, the lowest is a standalone, the bottom left box, about 450, all right? Now, the highest I can get is 539, and that's with collections, all right? So no collections, it'd just be around 450 earnings, all right? Now, with collections, it can put it up to about 540 UPX. So that is a big difference, all right? That's about 100 UPX difference a month, and that makes a difference when you start putting more money in, or not more money, but say you start flipping properties and you get more UPX and you get the bigger collections, bigger properties that have more of a worth or more of a yield to it, higher multiplier, may I say, and you make more UPX off of it, all right? So That is the whole point of the game right now, is getting these collections. So I have to get three. You can't put one property on it and get the multiplier. You have to put three. For newbie, you got to have one. So if you're just starting this game, you need to start building your collection base. All right. So the very first collection you should work on is newbie. Own any one property in Upland. It can be a small property, it can be a big property. All right. Now the whole idea is to get the most UPX per day, per hour, whatever, and get the most out of it. All right. Now, the bigger the property, the more the yield. All right. So, say I got four properties. All right. I got three in Woodwork Park area, and then I got one in San Francisco. I can put the one in San Francisco in Newbie, and I can put three of my Woodwork Park properties in Woodwork Park. All right. And I clicked done, and then you get the token reward, which I scrolled over. You can see you get some reward tokens for completing these. You get a sticker. So I'll click my guy and see how I got stacks of stickers. I got stacks of blue, stacks of purple, stacks of oranges. You get a sticker, and then you get the UPX, and then you get the yields for linking your properties up to it. All right. So that is what you want to do. Okay. Now, the more you get, the more yields you get, obviously. And obviously, the more you get, that means the more money you have in the game, or the more you've accumulated over time. So if you keep flipping and keep making more UPX off your flips, so say I buy a property for 1,000 and I sell it for 2,000, somebody buys it, I made 1,000 UPX profit. So I would have 3,000. I mean, I'd have 2,000 right there. I can buy another 1,000 UPX property, sell for 2,000, and if that sells, I'll have 4,000 UPX. I mean 3,000. I apologize, and so on and so forth. I can maybe buy a 2,000 UPX property and sell it for 3,000 UPX, and then if that sells, then I got what 3,000 UPX. I'm not going to get into the math. I apologize. I'm confusing myself a little bit, but you can also sell your properties that are on your collection that you linked it up with, and if you sell it and you get a bigger property, you can link that bigger property up to the same collection, and you get more of a yield. I mean, not a yield. You get more of a UPX value from that because it's a bigger property, which means you get more UPX from the yield. Okay, smaller properties, less UPX coming in. Bigger properties, more UPX coming in. Okay, and the more you build up, you can start buying other collections that have more higher multipliers, like Tower District. A typical property there is going for about 10 to 20,000 UPX. It's a lot of money for somebody who's starting out, unless you put money in the game. All right, but if you just keep accumulating, you keep flipping smaller properties and building your UPX, you can eventually buy one in Tower District, and you get four of them, you get a 1.5 multiplier. I know it sounds like, oh, that's too far away, but you'll be surprised how fast properties sell in this game, and UPX you accumulate, and slowly but surely you start growing yourself, and it just becomes easy from there. Okay, now there's also other cities that have other collections, so you can eventually grow from Fresno, and you can go up to San Francisco and start some of these collections. Okay, City Pro, 5 properties in the same city, so you can do that in Fresno. That's five properties. All right, so there's King of the Street. There's 3 properties on the same street. They have to be on the same street. You can buy 3 small properties on one street, and you link them all to one account, and you cannot link the same property to 2 different accounts. So say I got one property that I have linked to King of the Street, and then it's big, and I want to put it to City Pro. You can't do that. You have to choose one or the other, whatever is going to make you the most UPX. And this is when you need to put your algebra skills to the test that you learn in school, and you need to start doing some calculating, okay? Because in the end, this UPX can be worth some money in the future. I mean, it's in-game currency, but who knows where this game is going to lead in the future. It might be worth a lot more than what we can imagine in the future. I think like that. It's up to you if you want to, too. But, you can go to San Francisco, own 3 properties in San Francisco. So you can look around and you can try and find 3 very cheap properties in San Francisco and link them up, and you get this collection and you get the reward. All right. It says I collected it already, but it's probably like, 500 UPX you get from it too. And then you get the multiplier with those properties, and then you get more of a yield. All right. Your yield is on the top right corner where it says I got 12,536 UPX. I can click this. and then collect all earnings, all right? And it goes right straight into my where it was 230,000. Now it's adding it all up and stacking it all, okay? Yeah, that's a lot right now because I've been playing this game for a while. I got a lot of collections and I get a lot of yields. If you're just starting, you might only get like 10 or 100 a day if you're lucky, you know, but eventually the more you keep flipping and the more you keep uh, the collections you keep stacking and the yields get more and more. You go from making 100 a day to 200 a day to 500 a day to 1,000 a day. You will start stacking just as fast, okay? And obviously, if you put money in this game, the process goes faster. But if you don't want to put money in the game, you know it's going to be a slow move up. But you know, in the end, you can, if you get to where I'm at, or if you get you know, let's say 100,000 UPX a pro status, you didn't pay anything for that. And if you were to do fiat out in the future, that's potentially $100 for free that you never even paid for, and it might be worth more than that in the future. Who knows? Well, that is how you get started in this game. Is I would say go to Fresno because there's no better place to really start besides Fresno, and get started in Clovis because it's still a premature market and the prices there are still pretty low, and there's a lot of people flipping off of each other. When I say flipping, that means buying and selling. And you know, start building your UPX up and start doing those collections. All right, you know, don't sell. I mean, you could sell the ones that are in your collection. You sell it, buy another one, throw that in your collection, and then put it up for sale. And then once you sell another one that is in the collection, you know, buy another one and throw it in the collection. And before you know it, that collection will be, you know, completed, and you'll be working on another collection while you're selling at the same time too, and so on and so on. All right. So that's how you get started in this game. All right. And if you guys have any questions, you guys can always hop on Discord. You can go to Upland Fans. That's ran by Thank Me Later. He's an OG player, original gangster is what OG stands for. He's been around for a very long time. So thank him if you do join that server. People on there will answer your questions, or you can join the Upland server that's made by the developers of the game. And there's a lot of people on there that will answer any questions you have, okay? I know it's confusing at first, but after a day or two of doing this, it all becomes second nature, all right? That's what I wanted to talk about in this video. You will sell properties in Fresno. It's a big flipping ground. That's why I keep saying Fresno, all right? If you start out in San Francisco, take the train down. The train is right over here. You click the train, all right? You click it, and then you go to terminal. You'll send there, then click the terminal again, and it'll come up with a thing. You pay 95 UPX, and you go on down to Fresno. It takes like 45 minutes because there's real travel in this game. This game is based on real life, so you gotta wait to get down there. All right, it's not like boom, like instant transaction. So you wait, you get down here, you start floating around, you click a property, you send your guy there. So I'll actually show you that real quick too. So I wanted to go to this spot right here. See, I'm floating around in Fresno, and I wanted to go to this property right here. You click it, and you click the send button, all right? And then it says, do you want to send here, confirm? You say confirm, and then your guy would send there, and everything around you is, you know, if this vanilla property was, if I actually sent her this vanilla property, would turn lime green because it's in reaching distance. I can reach out and touch it pretty much. I can buy that property, all right? That's only for the white ones, all right? Everything else, you can't. The blue means, light blue means it's already bought and the person doesn't want to sell it. Or the dark green ones mean somebody bought it and they're trying to sell it. Like this guy right here is trying to sell this for 20,000 UPX, all right? This guy right here is trying to sell this for 24,000 UPX. This guy's trying to sell this one for 7,000 UPX, all right? So dark green means sell, baby blue means somebody bought it and they don't want to sell it, and then dark blue means you own it, and white means nobody owns it, all right? You can buy it, or if it says NA, not available, nobody can buy it right now, all right? It's locked. So I wanted to make this video for you new guys so you at least get a grasp on what's going on in the game. How do you get started, all right? Chase those collections, all right? If you have any questions, hop in Discord, and people will answer your question. If I'm on Discord, I will answer your questions. I'm not on all the time. I work, all right? But people will answer your questions. There's moderators on there that are on all the time that will try and help you out to the best of their ability, okay? But, all right, guys, I hope you got something out of this video. Give me a like and give me a subscribe. Give me a comment, too, if you guys have any questions. I'll answer them in the comments as well, all right? Have a good day, guys.